Hello, and welcome to Design Space Friday with Shirley Ross, Close to Heart Consultant. And today I'm going to work with a shaped card. We're going to create a shaped card. I did a new program with my team in our Facebook group and in their newsletter called Coffee Break Monday. And I wanted to send them, those who participated, a coffee inspired goodie. So I wanted to create a card, and I like to make my own cards using the Close to My Heart images from our cartridges. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on images. I am going to filter purchased. I am going to search for coffee. I am a big coffee person, and we have two. I kind of like this one the best, so this is the one that I'm going to use. So I will select it. It goes in the queue down here, and then I'm going to insert it. So once it comes in, the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that it is going to be as close to a 5.5 by 4.25 card as possible. And the best way I found to do that was to just do the height to 5.5. 5.5 by 4.25 is an A2 card, and it's a standard card. This way, both the outline and the base of the card are now the same size. So we want to size it before we ungroup. So we're going to ungroup. We're going to slide that piece out. And now what I'm going to do is take this piece and I'm going to position it at 1 and 1. I am going to duplicate it. I'm going to position the second one at 1 and 6.5. Remember, I put it an inch down, and the card or the image is 5.5 inches, so that would put it at 6.5. Now all I want to do is I want it to be a top folding card, so I'm going to flip it vertically. And now that puts the top of both the images touching. So I'm going to select the second one. This one is already selected. As you can see, it's grayed here. So I'm going to hold my shift key and select the bottom, and you can see both of those are selected. So then I'm going to weld it. So now my card base is made, and now we want to add a score line. So we will bring in a score line. There we are. Now the score lines always come in vertically. So the first thing I want to do is to switch it to horizontal. All right, and I know it's going to be at 6.5, and I had already measured it out, and it was about 1.25 inches in. So I went ahead and did the 1.25, and then here we're going to put it at 6.5. And yes, the shape is still in the way, so let's turn that off. All right, so now you can see it is here. It's a little bit long, so let's go ahead and switch it to just 3. And then you can see the 1.25 is not as close as I wanted, so let's go 1.5 and see if that works. There we go. It does come off a little bit on the edge, but that's okay. So now what I want to do is to attach the score line to the coffee cup card. So I'm going to hold the shift key again and click on the coffee cup. So now I have the score line and the cut line, and we're going to attach. So now the base of the card is ready, and I have this piece, and I want to arrange it to the front. So let's send it to the front. All right, now what I want to do is I'm decided to cut the card out, and it's a multiple. So we want to, let's come down here and just pick the cut. There we go. I want to change the color. I want to do it, I did it in craft paper. So let's I just do this for my own planning purposes. And then we have a color of the year each year, and this year it was kind of sugar plum, which is kind of a purplish pink. So I'm just going to turn it pink because pink is kind of my color. And I am going to just slide that over a little bit. It doesn't matter where it's at because it's going to get cut out. Now what I wanted to do was to actually write in the sentiment. So I went in and got some text, and I'm going to pick write because I want it to be writing. And Cricut Sans is a good writing font. So I'm just going to leave that one, and I want to call it Coffee Break. And I want it to fit in the top section here. So we will drag it down, and then I'm just going to size it. I'm not always particular. So we'll put coffee break there. And then we will do another text. And it's already set for writing with the Cricut sand. So I left that one there. And then I'm going to bring it down here and again size it. Now, if you notice when you're sizing it, sometimes the letter spacing may not be exactly what you want. This one's not too bad. Sometimes they get a little bit too close, but I think this will be okay. So now that I have both of these, I can go ahead and shift. And the first thing I want to do is align. I want to center it horizontally. So that put the coffee break and the thank you horizontally, and then we're going to attach. So now this piece and this piece will cut out. Well, it will first write in and then it will cut out. Now, let's just say you want to add something to the inside. And one of the really cool things is to maybe cut this section out here. Now, we can't slice it because it's attached. So we're going to detach it for a moment. And we're going to select just that piece and duplicate it. And we'll move it over here out of the way. So let's go ahead and reselect all these pieces. And get the thank you. There we are. And let's attach those back. All right. So we have the outside of the card. Now we're going to play with the inside. So let's get a shape. And we're going to hit square. We're going to bring the square over. And what I want to do is get it as close to the top line as possible. I'm going to open that up, unlock it so that I can make it a rectangle. And then we're going to bring it up because I just want to slice out that center section. All right, I think that's pretty close. Let's find out. So we'll do a shift and get the other. So now you have the coffee to go cut piece and the square. And we'll do a slice. And that looks pretty good. So we'll move that over here. Let's delete it. We'll keep the pink one. Delete it. And move it over here. That is perfect. I like that one. And then we can delete the rest of this. Now let's turn this white first. And I don't want the circle. So let's go down to contour. And let's take the circle out. There we are. All right, now I'm just going to move this piece out just for sizing purposes. We don't want it to be the full size of this. And I can see now I probably came a little bit too low. But that's okay. I think it'll still be all right. So let's just make it a little smaller so that it will center. That looks good. I can live with that. So, but I do want to put a heart because, you know, everything I do is close to my heart. So I want to put it here. Now the heart is probably a little high. So let's bring it down. Slide down. All right, we want to make it smaller because I'm going to slice it out. So we'll put it here and select the white piece, the small piece, and the heart, and then do slice. You could do attach. It works the same way as the slice. The only difference is if you do attach, it will look like this. You won't be able to open it up. And I just open it up. Now what I'm going to do is when this heart cuts out, I'm going to put it in the center. And I did not measure to see if it will fit in the center. And it looks like it will, but let's send it to the back just to be sure. Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right, now we'll put it up and we'll have to send it back to the front. So now I have a spot to write a little message. And I will handwrite that or stamp something on there. And I know the card's going to fit into a 5.5 by 4 1/4 A2 envelope. And I'm pretty much ready to go. So I hope you have enjoyed the project today. And I look forward to seeing what kind of new creations you create using different images in your design space. Thank you again. This is Shirley Ross, Close to My Heart Consultant.